In Part 3 of Module 12 on Traditional and Visible Services, we'll discuss crime in America. The two most comprehensive sources of crime data in the United States are the annual National Crime Survey and the FBI's Uniform Crime Report. The National Crime Survey, or NCS, conducts very large household surveys each year to determine whether citizens have been the victim of major crimes such as rape, robbery, burglary, larceny, or other crimes. The National Crime Survey is a good measure of crime because it collects data on crimes that have occurred that have not been reported to the police. The Uniform Crime Reports, or UCR, in contrast, is a measure of crimes known to police, that is, those that are reported to authorities. Typically, the NCS reveals far more serious crimes being committed than the UCR registers because many crimes go unreported for a variety of reasons, such as fear of retribution, a belief that the police could do nothing about the crime, or the desire to drop the charges on the party responsible for the crime. The Bureau of Justice Statistics is also a great source of crime and law data. Using data from the UCR, the FBI periodically publishes a crime clock for serious crimes reported from across the nation. The correctional population includes persons supervised in the community, on probation or parole, and those incarcerated in prisons or local jails. This report from the Bureau of Justice Statistics is the latest official snapshot of the state of the U.S. correctional population. While crime rates both reported to the authorities and crime victimization can vary from year to year, these are disturbing numbers and are an indication of the enormous challenge and burden facing state and local government criminal justice systems. Not only are the human costs of these crimes enormous, such as the loss of life and long-term debilitating effects, but the monetary costs are great as well, not only for the victims, but also for state and local government budgets. Table 12.1 shows the 2015 FBI crime clock. If you are listening via podcast, please refer to Table 12.1 in the text. According to the U.S. Bureau of Justice, local jails, locally operated correctional facilities, have the following traits. Most inmates in both our prisons and local jail facilities are Black or Latino, possess few educational or vocational skills for legitimate employment, are more often involved in the chronic use of drugs, are likely to have grown up in poverty, and received relatively little nurturance from parents or extended families. In one of the first comprehensive studies on prevalent handicaps among prison inmates, Albert Roberts identified 5 characteristics common to most institutional correctional facility inmates. First, character disorder, which means antisocial behavior due to inappropriate socialization as a child. Second, unemployability, the lack of job-related skills and work motivation. Third, relationship hang-ups, lack of constructive interpersonal relationships and support with family and friends. Fourth, social stigma, being labeled a felon or socially undesirable. And fifth, immaturity, inability to take appropriate responsibility for one's own actions and to make socially acceptable life choices. These same 5 characteristics are as relevant today as they were in the early 1970s when Roberts did his pioneering research. In Part 4 of Module 12 on Traditional and Visible Services, we'll discuss criminal justice remedies.